Control your emotions before they control you. Let me ask you something deep. How many times have you lost something valuable, an opportunity, a relationship, your dignity? Not because of what someone else did, but because of how you reacted.
Imagine having more control in every conversation, gaining deeper insights, and even influencing others without uttering a single word. Sounds impossible. It's not. We're diving into the hidden power of strategic silence, a tool backed by psychology, neuroscience, and some of the world's most effective communicators. Society trains us to feel silence, small talk, quick replies, endless noise. But here's the catch. We often speak before we think, and regret it after. Did you know a 4-second pause in a conversation feels uncomfortably long, even though it's completely normal? That's how conditioned we are to rush into speech. But talking more doesn't mean you're saying more. The most powerful voice in the room is often the quietest. Silence isn't just about zipping your lips. It's about giving space for clarity, intentionality, and truth. According to Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman, the brain has two modes, fast and reactive, or slow and reflective. Silence gives us access to the second, wiser self. And when we pause, we break the loop of knee-jerk reactions. We give ourselves and others the room to think. Look at master communicators. Obama, Brené Brown, Satya Nadella. What do they have in common? They use silence as punctuation. Silence makes your words land harder. It invites curiosity. It builds respect. And in personal growth, silence becomes a mirror. We start to hear ourselves clearly.
Control your emotions before they control you. Let me ask you something deep. How many times have you lost something valuable, an opportunity, a relationship, your dignity? Not because of what someone else did, but because of how you reacted. Be honest with yourself. You see, emotions, they're powerful, but they can be poison if you don't learn how to manage them. A man who can't control his anger, his fear, his insecurity, he becomes a puppet, not a player. Life tugs at those strings. People tug at those strings. And before he knows it, he's dancing to a tune he never wrote. But the one who has discipline over his emotions, that's a dangerous soul. That's a man who's seen storms but still walks like the sun shines only for him. You've got to get to a place where you feel everything, but you respond to nothing unless it's on your terms. Control doesn't mean being numb, it means being wise. It means not letting someone's disrespect pull you into chaos. You don't respond to every bark. You are the lion. Lions don't flinch when small dogs bark. You don't defend your worth to people committed to misunderstanding you. You don't let someone else's poison become your mindset. If someone disrespects you, you observe, you calculate, and you respond when you're ready, if it's even worth it. Because when you let your emotions decide your actions, you give your power away. That's what average people do. And you're not average. You're not here to be predictable. You're here to rise, to lead, to dominate without losing your peace. You ever notice how the most dangerous individuals in any room are the calmest? That's not a coincidence. Stillness is a weapon. Composure is control. While others are swinging wild with emotion, throwing punches with no aim, you stand still and you watch, you learn. You strike when the time is right. The loudest one in the room is rarely the most powerful, but the one sitting silently, watching, listening, reading the energy, that's the one you better not ignore. Be that person. People should never know what rattles you. Never let your face reveal your next move. You hear me? That's how you outsmart the manipulators, the critics, the backstabbers. Stay poised. Your silence in the middle of a storm speaks louder than 1,000 words. Emotions are natural, but they were never meant to be your master. Anger, jealousy, fear, those are signals, not steering wheels. And if you let them take the wheel, they'll drive you straight into regret. So what do? You train yourself. You learn to breathe before you speak. You learn to observe before you act. You build your ability to delay reaction until your mind, not your feelings, decides what comes next. You turn emotion into fuel, not fire. You channel your pain into purpose. You channel your disappointment into strategy. And when someone tries to provoke you, you remind yourself, I control this moment. I choose how this ends. That right there, that's where true dominance lives.
Harvard studies in negotiation shows that well-timed silence leads to better deals, because the other person fills the space with valuable information. In arguments, silence interrupts the fight-or-flight spiral. The Gottman Institute found that pausing during conflict allows emotional flooding to subside, reducing hurtful reactions. In negotiations, silence creates discomfort for the other person, and in that space, they reveal more, concede more. In public speaking, a 2-second pause before your key message increases its retention by over 30%. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose. Viktor Frankl. Strategic silence may feel uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is the birthplace of growth. Research shows that leaders who listen more and interrupt less are rated as more competent and trustworthy. In silence, we don't just understand others, we finally understand ourselves. Your relationship improves, your confidence grows, and your communication becomes more meaningful. So here's your challenge. Pause. Wait 3 seconds longer than you normally would. Watch what unfolds. Because when you master silence, you don't lose your voice, you amplify it.